Hello everyone, we just got patch 7.4.0 and a new hero release, Largo. After testing him, I believe he's the strongest support that was ever released in Dota 2. Today, I'll tell you why, explain how to play him and how to win games while having the most fun you've ever had in Dota. First of all, for what the abilities do, I think there are videos made by other content creators that explain them. In this one, I will explain what Largo does in the game and why he's actually the strongest support ever released. I think Monkey King on release was a stronger hero overall, but Largo is amazing, and in the right hands, he can single-handedly win games. First of all, let's look at what he does. I think, similarly to Ringmaster, he's pretty much able to do everything, but what makes him different is the fact that while he's very versatile, he actually has things that are way stronger than any other hero. Base stat wise, he's one of the best. 66 starting damage with no items, 4 armor and 650 HP make contesting the lane with him quite easy. In a way, he's similar to Ogre. Despite not being the best laner in terms of spells, at least early on, he has good base stats to contest the lane with pure right clicks. In terms of laning, I would compare him a bit to Marcy as well. If you can get the target into bad position and you have a teammate that has any sort of crowd control, you'll probably win your lane. Don't sweat it though, your goal is to get levels out of the lane and create chaos in the mid and late game. His Q is a utility spell where the skill ceiling is very high. First, you can use it on both allies and enemies with a basic dispel. With 7-second cooldown at level 4, it makes his teamfight potential amazing. You can dispel a lot of debuffs or buffs like Solar Crest, reposition people, even throw cliffs, and generally make a lot of cool plays. Best part of this spell? It's not even a skill shot, so you can always hit it. His W is quite simple yet amazing. It's your farming tool, and as I always said on this channel, in your pub games you should prioritize being able to farm, which is why I'm suggesting maxing it first. At max level it pretty much farms waves. In terms of fights, it's quite good area control as well, as it not only slows people by 30%, but also has a mini stun that cancels channeling spells or TPs. At 14-second cooldown and 115 mana cost, it also means you can spam it. Largo's E is probably what makes him the most broken, at least out of his skills. A buff that lasts for 30 seconds and reduces mana cost by 15%. This is already amazing. By the way, it works on your spells as well, so keep that in mind. But what it also does is increase the DPS of spells, in a way that with your W you will deal over 500 damage, and if you take the right talent at level 10, it's actually over 600 damage. You heard that right. It's a 600 damage AoE spell that slows and mini stuns on 14-second cooldown. That is if you decide to use it on yourself. You can imagine using it on Leshrac, Co-op or any other AoE damage dealer, it's even more effective. By the way, the reverb damage is a good way to make sure enemies don't blink out. Now, his ultimate is a very cool teamfight spell. First of all, you can instantly switch songs after each beat, making it a very good tool. The teamfight starts, you can provide your allies with spell amp and bonus damage. Your allies are getting low, you can quickly heal them up. Time to run away? Well, the speed song gives you both movement speed and a slow resistance. Activation has no mana cost, and if you get stacks, you not only have way more armor, but also each beat is going to cost less mana. Here, I would like to tell you what Aghanim's does. It allows you to cast 2 songs at once, depending on your choice. It also gives you damage per second. How much? Well, it is 50 plus 20 magic damage per stack, so if you have 5 stacks, it is 150 damage. Cool, right? What if I told you that damage is increased by your E and also your Q song if you're using it? With that, you can get to around 250 damage per second. Yes, it is that crazy. For the record, Radiance is 60 damage. It does cost you twice as much mana, keep that in mind, and you're locked for some time without using your auto spells, but it's absolutely crazy. I don't think that is his strongest feature as support though. Dealing 240 damage in AoE, not even mentioning your W, is great, but what makes this hero so special is both his innate and shard. While you can see he can do it all right now, this is what he actually does better than everyone else. Largo's innate and core makes his defensive buffs last longer. It's seemingly not that much, but around level 15 it's 25%. That means Glimmer will last over 6 seconds instead of 5, Lotus the same, and Solar Crest around 9 seconds. Oh, and it also applies to your E, making it last for ages. And his shard is what makes this hero so unique. It allows you to replicate the buffs that you use on your allies, making it a must-buy item. First, it replicates your E, so you'll always have it as long as you use it on your allies. Every Glimmer, Lotus, Solar, so the items that last longer will also apply to you. Who doesn't love double Glimmer? You can see how amazingly overpowered this hero is, and this is just me after testing him. For item choices, I'm a big fan of going Arcane Boots, Ether Lens into Shard with any defensive item you need. Ether Lens might seem like it doesn't fit into clicking allies, but you will run out of mana very quickly, and bonus cast range on your 3 spells is something you enjoy a lot. With W and E, you farm creep waves, making it way easier to get items. After you get any defensive item of your choice, ask yourself, do you need damage? If you do, Aghanim's is great. Even if you don't, I still think it's a solid choice, but to be honest, if you have any competent core, the game should end by that time. As for the talents, I believe they are quite straightforward. On level 10, you always take the Frogstone damage, as we agreed this is your pushing tool. On level 15, I tested it, and Croak of Genius Max HP applies with every hit, so it's not 1.5 over 5 seconds, but 1.5 each second, applying 5 times. With how often you're casting it, I think it's better than Catch a Lick, but I could be wrong. At level 20, it applies half of your armor as an aura, so if you have 5 beats, it provides 10 armor aura. I think at this point, 140 damage on any single target spell is underwhelming. At level 25, if you reach it, I think having your song's increased effectiveness is better, as at that point you'll have significant impact and you don't need to stay backline all the time. Keep in mind this is just my personal opinion. It's borderline broken, and don't believe the lone win rates you will see on Dota buff. Having a support that farms waves easily is always good, and on top of that he offers so much more. He's the strongest support ever released in Dota, and I'm expecting big nerfs in the upcoming days. It's not even that hard of a hero. The only thing that takes practice is using your spells while switching between your ultimate and hitting your beats. For that, you have both in-game sounds that makes it easier and also a visual, which I suggest ignoring most of the time as you want to focus on moving your hero. And this is just after some practice. I bet there are million combos that work well with this hero, or some item combination I didn't think of. Enjoy while it lasts. There's no way this hero won't get huge nerfs in the upcoming days. Feel free to comment on what you feel is the most optimal way to play the hero, and as always, subscribe for more support content. See you!